Hi, this week in STEAM we are talking about snow and snowflakes. And one of the activities that you could choose to do this week was to make your own paper snowflake. And there are lots of different ways to make paper snowflakes, but I found my absolute favorite way in this book called The Secret Life of a Snowflake. And in this book there are directions for how to make a snowflake that has 6 sides. 6 dendrites are what we call these little arms that stick out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a 6-sided shape is a hexagon. So all of the snowflakes that you make using these directions will be hexagons, and they'll have 6 dendrites. But here are the directions, but I'm going to go through these with you today, and then I'll also share a picture of these directions with you as well if you want to choose this as your activity. So you only need 2 things to make a paper snowflake. You need a sheet of blank paper and you need scissors. You may also want to use a pencil to draw out where you're going to make your cuts, but you really only have to have the paper and the scissors. Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to take your paper and you're going to fold it hot dog style. Okay. After you have it folded like this, like a book, you're going to fold it over, and you're going to just have a smaller little book, like this. Then this is where the folds get a little more complicated. You're going to take the top corner, and you're going to hold really close. You want to keep this point as pointy as possible. So you're just going to fold it down so that it looks kind of like, if I can get it, I'm going to keep that point as sharp as possible. I'm going to hold on to that while I make this fold. And I want that fold to go just over, I want it to overlap the bottom of my paper just a little bit so that it looks like this. Then I'm going to take this side and I'm going to just fold it over. I'm going to lay it down for a second so I can make my folds nice and tight. So then I've got something that looks like this. Remember when it looked like this, all I did was fold this part up and over. Now, I'm going to take my scissors in just a second. I'm going to try to use my hand to make a shadow there. I'm going to cut off this extra part right here. So I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut along the bottom here. And now I have a triangle. And you can just throw this part away. You don't need this part anymore. And then I'll have this little triangle. Now, be really careful when you start to make your cuts to make the patterns on your snowflake. Because if you cut all of this side off or all of this side off, your snowflake will end up just being a bunch of little pieces of paper. So we want to be really careful that we leave some of the paper together on this side and some of the paper together on this side. So then you can draw a pattern on here if you want to with a pencil. And then you're going to just start cutting. And I recommend cutting over the trash can. It makes cleanup so much easier. But once you're done cutting, you'll have a pattern and you'll have a snowflake that should have 6 different arms. So here's the one I made earlier. If you look carefully, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is technically a hexagon. It would fit inside of a hexagon shape because it has 6 different arms or 6 different dendrites. You can see the ones behind me that I made earlier today. You can see that one especially turned out really good. It's got 6 really easy to spot arms. This one has 6. It's a little fancier, so it's a little harder to tell, but they all have those 6 different arms or 6 different dendrites because they all fit inside a hexagon. All right, so if you decide to make a paper snowflake using actual paper, there is a paper snowflake maker that's an online activity that you can do. But if you decide to make the paper one, be sure to send me a picture. I would love to see what you come up with.